A woman named Experience, Port Lorne Cemetery, Nova Scotia. There is nowhere the sun can break through and bronze Fundy's drab arm, or silver the headstones of the drowned, eroded, marble histories of fever, plague, and madness murder, the names of captains, shattered lovers, children torn still from the hands of mothers who followed them a year later with an offering of a sister with poor lungs, or a brother so beautiful he shone like a stone. A few seconds ago, in the northeast corner of the graveyard, where wind rises cold and hollow up the cuff of the bay to this ridge, I stepped on a small nameplate hidden under an inch of new snow. Now I'm standing over a complicated plot. Husband bordered by two wives, one named Experience. A century ago she must have looked beyond this gray water a last time after watching Jacob being lowered beside Eliza, and turned to walk the hill path down toward home, smoke from the chimney persuading her to sing her breath that little while longer, until she too tested the earth. Bare places. There are bare places inside us, like the ground under children's swings, the corners of old pastures where only bones grow, hideouts smaller than pores in which the acceptable festers, golden resorts where we bury our heads in white sand, convinced we are alone. But we never travel alone. The anonymous insider arrives at the terminal just ahead of us, knowing there are no planes on the runways, nothing but the slow cattle of the moon, their udders glowing, swinging heavily with the knowledge of strange glass. Blue plate. Tonight the moon is out to set, a standard of clarity. Clouds crawl above the hulk of Keppoch Mountain, a dark principle, trying to keep to their agenda of distraction. They fail gorgeously. Above all else, I love impossibility, this two-dimensional page-white moon boring its way out of heaven, or heaven itself, that blue plate with a crack in it we have no use for, but hang on to because we can't bear the thought of throwing it out with the scraps. The Great Bear, the dippers, big and little, the millions more invisible and unrelated, and perhaps content. They all sit back while the moon night after night practices its ivory scales like a deaf composer. I can hear the notes clear across the valley, light music that proves the impossibility of the world. Caterpillars. In their cocoons, they contemplate Kierkegaard, then become moths and fly straight for the headlights. The mask of clear air. Who was the one unzipping your future to reveal nothing but rotten flesh? Who was the one in the glittering darkness of his own salt-filled eyes wearing the mask of clear air? Who was the one that shouts, "You, hair, scab, race, you, bright shield, it is the blood of fossils that stains your blunt, glowing nails"? Who was the one printing the names of trees on your lashes, the one tearing hooves from between your teeth? Walking shoe. Shoe, which leaves its tongue tracks on the road's shoulder. Shoe, haunted with intelligence that rises and falls through the dust of groaning potholes. Resouled, battered, and gum-stained explorer, lead us, scissor-stepping, along the lost way. Even the first step was lost. The ant squashed by the cat's paw heel trembled briefly in its shadow. Worms further down felt the shock of disaster and tried to warn the shoe, but rose too late. The shoe was well on its way to its dreamed destination. Its poverty was its strength. It slept in warehouses filled with smashed crates, under crosses in hospital emergency wards, in abandoned campaign headquarters, among the dead phone plugs and yellow leaflets. It slept for an entire month under the cot of a muttering, drunk ex-linoleum salesman, memorizing his route, ghost town by ghost town, street by empty street. Shoe carries a gun for protection from those who would wear it and walk a straight line, from those who would polish off its scuffed memories of moon paths, mountain kingdoms now covered by dark water, from those who believe only in giant steps, from those who would make shuffling a religion, from those who would use it to get anywhere.